I am one of those precious few individuals who is destined to love and enjoy Halloween from birth. My mother went into labor with me on Halloween night 1964. I didn't arrive until All Saints Day, so it is fair to say that I came in the night, but I walk in the light. Part of how I dare to shine that light into the darkness is to share the love that was given to me with others. Try to imagine how cool it was to go trick-or-treating on Halloween night and then have all your friends back over the next day to celebrate your birthday party. Gets even better than that for me. I went to Catholic school as a kid, and All Saints Day was a holiday. I never went to school on my birthday. Since the very beginning of my life, Halloween marked the beginning of a lot of good times. I just cannot seem to enjoy Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve unless I have a strong Halloween. A few years ago, when Hurricane Matthew dropped an old oak tree on my house and I could not allow anyone inside the fence to my yard, it was a sad night. But the kids still got their candy. Still, it just put a damper on the rest of the holidays. When I first moved into this neighborhood in 1992, there was too much crime in this area for anyone to allow their kids to go out trick-or-treating here. Nobody decorated. Nobody had candy on hand to pass out. Then in 1995, the kids who cut my grass came by. They didn't have any costumes, and the bag they had to collect their candy in came from Popeye's chicken. I didn't have any candy, so I gave them a few dollars to go buy some. I was so incredibly ashamed of myself that I made a vow that it would never, ever happen again. The kids in my neighborhood deserve to be loved like I was when I was a kid. I knew that I was born to be a conduit of that love, and I knew that I could provide for their Halloween better than anyone else around. My Halloween decorations, costume, candy, and scare tactics became my offering of love to the kids of my neighborhood. I could have never guessed what an impact that would have on my life and the lives of those around me. Halloween is not a satanic holiday. It's a love thy neighbor holiday, and on one night out of the year, my neighbors love for me to scare them. They like me to scare them so much, in fact, that if I do not scare them sufficiently, I hear about it and they come back through for a second pass. Mothers are especially sensitive to this because I try to take it easy on the little ones. Then I get pulled aside and asked, "Why didn't you scare my kids real bad?" And I tell them that I don't want them to grow up hating Halloween, to which I get, "You don't know how bad these kids are, running around the house screaming all the time. This is the one night out of the year when I don't have to be the one scaring them, and the one night out of the year when I need to hear them scream." I actually get that. Mama needs a common reference point for delivering disciplinary threats for the next 12 months. My mother worked for American International Pictures when I was a kid and threatened to call Blackula over to the house because I wasn't doing my homework assignments. These things do deliver the desired effect and outcome on situational disobedience. Well, as you know, they say that what goes around comes around. It's taken 26 years for it to happen, but this past October 9th, the neighborhood struck back. This is how it went down. None of what you were about to see was staged, otherwise I would have had better cameras on hand to capture it. As it was, I had my dash cam and my cell phone, but they are sufficient for the telling of this story. It was a Saturday morning and I had to go out and pick up something from the local hardware store. As I was driving home, I passed by something that briefly caught my eye and I said to myself, I had better not have just seen what I thought I just saw. So I circled back around to check it out. When I saw what I thought I saw, my first thought was, this has got to be some kind of prank. But what if it isn't? What if that actually is a baby out there on that sidewalk and something bad happens to it because I just drove on by without stopping? I could not live with myself, so I pulled over to check it out. Clearly, I thought this was a Halloween prank, but you never know. Now, let me just stop right here and say, I've got some lively little props that I have used over the past few years. My mother hates them. Being a mischievous granddaddy, I know that one of my duties is to frighten the grandchildren from time to time, as my grandfathers before me provided a proper example. I have thought about setting one of these demon babies in a window over there for Vlad and Kat to stumble upon, but I can now say for sure that I am no longer considering this option. I'm riding down the road and this is what I see. Now somebody has, holy crap. It looked real to me, real dead. I mean, if I thought it was a prop, I would have kept shooting video. I don't want any video of a dead baby, you can best believe. I freaked out and called the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. As they were trying to get more information out of me, I started getting highly emotional. This had better be a prank. This had better be a prank. I've got grandbabies. I can't take this. Oh God, please let this be a prank. The 911 operator was trying to calm me down, and I could hear the sirens coming. Several police officers arrived on the scene, and the Jacksonville Fire Rescue was on the way. As the officers approached me, I got the distinct impression that I'd been had. Why? They weren't freaking out. They were smiling. They were laughing. One of the officers, one who has filled out a report for me in times past, came up and said, "Oh, did you see the baby doll?" I happen to know that this particular police officer is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. I happen to be wearing my colors on my hat, the colors of the All-American 82nd Airborne Division. It had crossed my mind as I examined what I thought could be a doll that it was booby-trapped in some way. I'm partially disabled because of a booby-trap detonation in my face. Furthermore, does it really take being a paratrooper to compel a man to act when he sees what appears to be a child in distress? Well, the police officers on the scene could see that I was in distress. They could also see that I was wearing a t-shirt from Reboot Combat Recovery Systems, for which this entire episode would make a most excellent infomercial. They investigated the scene somewhat casually as I fought the urge to yell out, "Check for booby traps!" Then they removed it from the side of the road as they made a call to cancel fire rescue. I was looking around for hidden cameras that may have been placed by the pranksters. Surely somebody was waiting somewhere to get all that. Now let me just say, once I knew I'd been had, I was very glad about it. Of course, no child was harmed in the production of this prank. Those police officers were smiling too. Usually when they have to respond to anything in my neighborhood in force like that, whatever it is, ain't nothing to be smiling about. So they got a little Halloween cheer early, and it helped to lighten their day. Maybe it kept their minds in a good place as they went about their day, and because of that were able to be an even greater blessing to others. That's the way I see it. Any one of those cops could have been kids who learned how to scream for their lives as they ran from my yard on Halloween night decades ago. I am also thankful for this Halloween prank because it helped to jumpstart my Halloween spirit, which had been lacking this year. Because it was a production-worthy event, it caused me to reach down into my video archives of Halloween nights past, and that has caused me to begin production of a Halloween spectacular that will help get everybody in the right mood to make the most of their Halloween night. As many kids as I've made scream and run in terror over the course of my life, it was only a matter of time before the tables were turned. Well played, baby doll prankster. Well played. I'm just going to have to take it out on the kids a little harder this year. A good bit of the kids who will be coming by are the children of people who I first met on Halloween night many years ago. Many others will be first-timers. The circle of love never ends. Make your Halloween night special this year and every year. If you don't pass along the love that has been shared with you throughout the years on this incredible night of fun, nobody can do it for you. Let your light shine into the darkness. That's why it was given to you. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Happy Halloween, everybody!